I don't know. ESC was all ready, and we were just waiting for an unknown reason of Well Met, and I think now the draft should be up. We are going directly into the map draft, and yes, 100 Mines, Tomb of the Spybird Queen, Black, and Sky Temple already banned out, as well as Tomb of the... No, Garden of Terror. So, Dragon or Cursed Hollow. 80-20.
This could be it, Hefler.
Yeah, that could be it. Let's... I don't know. Yes!
It is!
Oh my goodness! Yes.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Yes, now I'm a happy caster. So guys, with all this enthusiasm, I'm going into my introduction. This is round number 4, the semi-final of this qualifier number 4. 4 out of 12 for the cup number 2, which is $5,000 on the line, as well as a lot of hardware. Both of that is sponsored by Alienware and Rocket. Of course, coverage and everything is provided here by Gosugamers. And yes, we have Dragonshire, ESC versus Well Met. Two nice teams. We had some nice games. We were following them today. 2 matches in round 3 where we had the nice backdoor strategy by Olaf. So shout out to those guys, making it very exciting on a for me pretty boring map, because we see it all the time. My co-caster today is Mr. Bakery. You can find him of course on Twitter at sk_bakery, if I'm not mistaken. Yes.
Yeah.
But you can also see him play quite often on SK Gaming, and we met on DreamHack, and I thought like, hey, why not go on for a co-cast today? So let's see what we have. Let's see what we have banned.
A Malfurion ban. I haven't seen that one before. And a Zertul ban, fairly standard, you know. Seen that quite a few times today.
Yeah, I mean the Zeratul ban is something that comes out here and there. It's I guess not too surprising, but the Malfurion, that's something unusual. What do you say about Malfurion ban? Is that really something ban worthy?
I feel like it's kind of throwing a ban. So the basic concept there is that you don't want to ban a power pick or a pick that one of the two teams would take, and you just want to ban something from like tier 2. So you leave tier 1 untouched, you ban a tier 2, and that leaves... So let's say... This is going to awfully oversimplify the draft, but let's say there's 4 OP picks. If you ban not one of them, and they do, there's 3 up. So that means if you first pick one, they get 2. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Malfurion has one advantage over the other healers at the moment. His ultimate is not CCable. That makes him pretty strong. At least it feels like this to me. Besides that, obviously Cigar was not banned out, just like in many other games, and yesterday the entire day. So we're gonna get a Savannah Cigar combination by Well Met, which means that some crazy pushing power there already coming out. On ESC side, there is the burst damage at the moment, more the indicator. Jaina coming out, and we have to see what else they're gonna add. A second assassin, or do we see already like a healer combination with a tank pretty early into the fight? But I guess you don't want to give away your tank. Most of the teams reserve it for really like the 4th or the 5th pick.
So interestingly, we see a Brightwing here as the 2nd pick.
Yep. So okay, putting your finger on a healer, I guess that's not too bad. But yes, there's the Vala. I was wondering, there are like also 4 ladies. Yes, Cigar is a lady too. She's just not the prettiest one of all.
Well, to some people.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on this planet there's someone who actually fancies her. Well, I don't want to go into details there because it gets really fast messy. Also, there are children watching, I guess. Either way, so we have the 2 ladies, one sexy one and the other one. I mean, one is sexy and dead, and the other one is alive, but I don't know. She looks like stuff you can find in your garden, so I wouldn't touch her. Either way, those are up, and we have 2 more to go. So a healer is something you want to reserve right now before ESC maybe gets that 2nd pick on a second healer if they go for a dual support strat. So I guess your ETC, okay, going for the tank first, giving that information away. Dragonshire is also a map where we see the stage dive quite often. Even though yesterday we had I think our Dragonshire, I'm not sure, but there we had a mosh pit. So let's see what we get here. I still think it's a stage dive worthy map.
Mosh pit's always kind of awkward because the issue is, one of the reasons ETC is such a high priority with teams is because of the initiate that he brings with the stage dive.
Yeah.
Just stage dive onto Jaina, Q through her, W her back, Jaina's pretty much dead. So that really is like what ETC brings. When you take Mosh Pit on ETC, he doesn't really bring that initiation, and that is an issue. But of course, he does bring some pretty insane teamfight potential.
Yeah.
You could be losing the entire game, land one 5-man Mosh Pit, and game's over.
I mean, I was casting the finals of Cup number 1 because Chester had to travel to Heroes of the Dorm to the US. And I was kind of surprised because we had like a 50-50 talent ratio on Mosh Pit versus Stage Dive, because we also had like smaller maps being picked. And it kind of felt awkward because a lot of teams prepared well for the Mosh Pit. But then again, if you get an awesome Mosh Pit, then that's like Christmas and Easter together, right? It's like... wow, like the presents are raining and there's nothing you can do. I mean, you never put a second talent point into Mosh Pit on your level 20 for obvious reasons. It's just not viable enough. But alone holding some people in place with, for example, a Jaina bursting you down, or a Zagara, or even a Sylvanas there, it's just crazy what you can do. But of course, on the bigger maps, I mean, Stage Dive is very likely to come. They don't give away the healer spot, however, and we have a Vikings as number 3, so putting this all into context now, we have double pushing power coming out with a Zagara and a Sylvanas. That's quite insane. ETC can tank, of course, a lot is mobile on the map, and on top of all of this, we have a lot of soaking going on with the Vikings, so experience should be fine for Well Met, as well as the boat, of course, being quite a nuisance in all those fights, and all we need is like one healer. I guess it could be the Uther or a Rhaegar. I really feel strongly for a Rhaegar right now.
Uther is actually quite a bit stronger on Dragonshire than he is on most other maps.
How's that?
He's the only support to bring CC, and so when you're fighting between bot and mid, bringing just that click stun is really big. And in terms of early game, the chunk kills that he gets from Q, and obviously his W starts off really high but doesn't scale that great.
Yeah.
So in the early game, Uther really brings a lot. And since the early game's so close and so varied on Dragonshire, Uther really does bring a lot.
Okay, that's quite interesting to hear your opinion on this.
Yeah, in general, I would still say Rhaegar's stronger overall though.
Okay. I just thought maybe a Rhaegar here, because we have quite a lot of heroes that could chase a target, especially when the tier 1 defense lines are down already. Giving an additional slow would be quite nice. Also for the Vikings, the ETC would probably receive the entrance to healing. That's just what I pictured here at the moment, and well, let's see. It's also the placing of the totem around shrines is something I think that makes Rhaegar pretty strong. Or I don't know, when it comes to, I mean, everybody's fighting around the shrines, and then the totem comes down when you're in an awkward position, when you already like know oh my god, I'm gonna lose this fight, and then with the totem slow, maybe you actually might catch someone before he gets behind the tower. That was at least my process of thought. Either way, on the other side, we're gonna get a Chen, and the Vala was old news already. So what we need right now is, do we see more damage because we only get one healer anyway on Well Met's side, or does ESC say, okay, we try with a double sub? Maybe some sort of compromise with a Tassada or a Tyrande.
So what I would love to see here is Abathur. I think Abathur would really, because Lost Vikings on this map, there's not too much to soak globally. Yeah. So the true thing that they bring is they almost 100% of the time hold top sign. Yeah. And there's no hero that actually beats them in that lane.
But you don't get it.
Yeah, sadly we don't get it. Chen Abathur, though, is one of the few things in the game that just completely crushes everything.
Yeah, I mean, Abathur, Illidan, Abathur, Chen, that's like, it's something, I don't know, you don't get rid of them. They're like, man, I'm so good. I have to say this now. I'm so fucking sexy. And I said the F word even there, but I'm so impressed with myself. I guessed the Rhaegar, and I guessed Tyrande or Tassada, and well, that's like 1.5, right? That's like 500,000 in lottery. I'm good. Tell me, Bakery, I'm good.
You're not that bad.
I need the pro player approval, so I feel better today. No, but it looks really good. So the rigor is actually happening. So I'm kind of impressed, and we have to see what we are going for. I mean, we definitely see Entrus healing. It's just too strong, and there's not a second support, so there's no bloodlust or no space for bloodlust anyway. The Tacita plus the Chen plus the Brightwing. So killing that Chen or focusing even the others, it's quite hard. There is, I don't know, there's the barrel roll at some point just defensively or aggressively being used, and the only thing I'm kind of worried about is ESC's power to push. Because if you ever leave the Savannah, Sigara plus X, or just those two in any lane, they will just destroy everything. And that's what I'm kind of afraid of. So pushing wise, well, Matt definitely has the better cards in my opinion.
To some extent, yes. You do need to remember, of course, that Jaina clears an entire wave in one spell at level 7, and 2 from level 3 onwards. So she has actually got quite a bit of deny. You do, of course, have Valor as well with the multi-shot, and Tassadar with the Storm and the shielding. So although there's a lot of potential to destroy the buildings from Well Met's side, there is decent counterplay from ESC. It's not like they've come in with Tyrande Diablo or something.
By the way, the reason I'm laughing at the moment is not because of you. It's because of the Twitch chat, because people actually follow up on our little gender discussion and about Sigara, etc. The comments were Sigara so hot, would bang, or Forrest were saying Sigara best boobs in game right after Stitches. So we were looking for people that actually fancy Sigara or other similar looking people, and we found one, I guess. So there it is. The market is all open. There's someone fancy, someone always.
One of the 2 people in the world just happened to be watching. Fantastic.
Yes. Forrest might find someone else with the same travesty. Anyway, I think the last players just joined. So I'm still showing the draft. And now we're hopping directly in the in-game screen. Yep, there we go. No lobby chat, no nothing is going on. And I hope Well Met is ready. We have Well Met on which side? Snow is Well Met.
They are the blue side.
Yeah, so I think I have to change my overlays. No, it's right. Well Met on the left, ESC on the right. I'm always getting confused. Like this is by the way something I'm looking so forward to, that we get like on top of the observer slots, obviously, that I don't know, we just get everything properly handled in the client, because like this the production is just getting ridiculous. So many little things and stuff you have to change just by players in a different position in the lobby. But Blizzard will deliver, guys. 2nd of June. We're all looking forward to this. It's like a month away.
Sounds so soon.
It is soon. I don't know. I'm waiting. Next week we're gonna get an announcement. 5 new heroes. The week after, ranking fixed, and the week after that, observer slots and everything fixed. And bam, on the 2nd of June we have a crazy game being released. But somehow, and we talked about this on the DreamHack interview, or I asked SK Gaming guys as well as all the other teams that were on a DreamHack, and also the casters Tetcher and Calder, what they think about the release date, and well, everybody had their opinion. I think ranking was number 1 of things they have to fix. The casters obviously said very strongly about the freaking observer slots that has to be fixed, and other people also said the hero pool. I think it was Liquid. They were complaining about the hero pool. What's your stand on this? Like, you happy with the hero pool right now, or you think we desperately need a lot more?
I'm happy with it to the point where I think the hero pool's enough to play this game competitively. I do think that there'd be a lot more depth if there were to be many more heroes there.
Yeah.
Like right now, they started to fit a philosophy where each hero brings his like their own unique niche, and they do this thing specifically better than others. And so pretty much every hero in this game right now, other than Lily, is viable.
Yeah.
But of course, there's areas that haven't been filled, and there's areas where only one character can fill that role. So it just ends up creating awkward situations in terms of draft.
Well, for me, it's just the diversity in draft and everything. I mean, at the moment, the meta is pretty rigid. I know we have some teams going here and there for some exotic stuff, but like the bottom line is always that you can easily predict what's coming. I mean, even a noob like me, for example, just predicted like half of the draft that happened right here because the meta is that rigid. So that's why I'm looking forward for at least another 5 heroes. The draft tool swapping to a 2-ban format instead of a 1-ban format, because I think the 2 bans gives us just a lot more diversity, but of course you need a bigger hero pool for it. But let's not discuss about all this theory crafting and release. We will see Blizzard will feed it to us and we will consume it like we did the last 10 years pretty much, or at least that's the case for me. I'm looking forward to this map because we have big fat dragons on it and no curses.
It's definitely a welcome change to see a map that isn't cursed hollow.
Yeah. I'm just hyped just because it's not cursed hollow. For crying out loud, if I hear the word tribute again, I'm gonna shoot myself. Either way, guys, that's it. Well Met goes versus ESC. We are here in the game. Let me just set my buttons and we introduce them right away, so we have a bit more time to talk about other stuff. On the left side, we're gonna have Well Met. Sport Billy is playing that. Yeah, on the left side we have Well Met. I'm confused again. Soccer is on that ETC. We have they're staying on top of each other. I think this is a Sport Billy on the Rega. Then we have that is Survold on the Cigar, Shedamara on the Savannas, and in bottom we have Hazu OBS again, or Hazuops. Forgive me if I pronounce your name horrible. So shout out on Twitter or something if I was really far off on the Vikings. And let's see what we got on the other side.
So we have Anti-Hero on Chen for ESC Gaming, Invidium on Valor, Nebsay on Brightwing, Gerdam Head on Jaina, and Snow on Tassadar.
Yep, that looks good. And the funny thing is, ESC was looking for that clash in the mid, something we see in pop games and even in pro games on Dragonshire, but well met. They don't care. They don't really give a what damn about it. They are like, no guys, we just focus on our lanes, directly in it, no clashes, no risks, no first bloods to feed. So that's a very conservative approach at the moment.
So I actually really like the rotations here from ESC. They stack 5 in the mid at first, make sure they don't get surprised by the Sylvanas Cigar appearing top, which did happen. And as soon as they see that, instead of putting Chen top, they just swap Chen to the bot lane and chuck their side lane top as well to match them. So I actually really like the rotations in that early game.
Well, at the moment everything is kind of equal. Chen is already parking his keg, let's say like this, on the shrine, but let's see, the shrines are spawning, and now I'm curious how the teams approach it. I mean, Well Met, it looked like they have a very conservative approach, but now on the shrines they're super aggressive. Yes, they're parking themselves on the shrine, Cigar just spamming everything out in the bushes so nobody can approach there. And so bottom, that's going in one direction. In mid, in theory, we could have the DK, but of course Tassadar, he should be able to easily interrupt that ETC. And also Vikings versus Chen, that's not a duel you want to go for. Plus the Chen focusing the weakest of all the Vikings, obviously. And look at the Vikings damage. They can't really break anything on that Chen at the moment.
To be honest, I really dislike the way that Hasselhoff's are playing this matchup. He's trying to sort of use the 3-man advantage that he has to just secure the side for 3. Yeah. But in actuality, if you have all three Vikings attacking Chen, you can just break his shield, and there's actually nothing you can do if you just literally kill the Chen.
Oh, and look at look at top. I really thought we're gonna get some first blood material, but at the moment everybody's just low 60 to 70%, and it's going forth and back. Piping actually saying hello to the shrine, and now look at Jaina coming in, doing some damage on that rigger, but nope, it's really just going forth and back. But look at the aggressive Savannas at the moment. But oh, you gotta be careful. Jaina pumping everything in her, but the ice shot missing on the Sagara, that would have put them in an awkward position. They are really, really low. I really think they have to go back. They can't really hold this, not against the Pipewing heal, and the problem is also that Sport Billy, he's running out of mana pretty much soon. Bottom lane and mid lane.
Yeah, is also complete out. And that means you can have to back here. Chen still holding the sign because, again, Hasselhoff is trying to use this 3-man advantage he has to just hold the sign. But, I mean, as we can see, it's really not working out well. Anti-Hero just microing around really well.
Yep, at the moment, Vikings is claiming it back, and of course Tassadar in the mid was not able to get anything, and even Tassadar having problems now against the ETC on level 5, now soon level 6, the ETC starts to actually dish out quite some damage if you let him right click your caster butt pretty much. So you gotta be careful there. But oh, is that Cigar? Is that our first blood? One hit is pretty much needed, but there is the chain heal, just preventing that from happening. Also the range wasn't there. He was already behind the wall. So yeah, it's this top lane is just an endless fall from back, and well, the well needs to be deeper. You need it to drink a lot more. We have to be looking in the bottom lane. If Chen is able to claim this, I think we might see something. At the moment, one of the Vikings is going down. Oh, let's see. I mean, Chen will claim this one, I guess, for the time being, but top, of course, is back in the hands of Well Met.
I just want to point out a nice player, Nebsy, there. He actually steals the golems away. Well Met's golems.
Yep. I mean, so he secures that side, and they have to at least commit some time. The small Viking is actually taking care of that one at the moment, and well, the endless battle here, Chen versus Vikings, is just going on. But the micro is really decent. But now they try to apply some more pressure. So ESC going now for the bigger Bruiser camp, and that's, I guess, the right choice, because with that you have some more pressure on the lanes, and then maybe you can finally tip the balance over and get one of those shrines, and of course a DK claim. But I think we're gonna wait another 3-4 minutes till this is actually happening here. And let's see, ETC in the mid. Well, the Tassadar is pulling the short straw all the way at the moment, and now it's getting really interesting. ETC, well, he's trying to, but Tassadar is able to definitely interrupt this. And top, they're gonna claim it. Painted red again. Savannah's actually taking a lot of damage, but Sports Billy, this time he's in a good position. He's almost full mana, full HP, and that means like little endless battle going on. So at the moment, really all about the experience and everything. Oh, Chen trying to kill one of the Vikings here, but no, that jump was just too risky and on cooldown.
Anti-hero really is showing he's laning dominance here versus Hasselhoff's Vikings.
Oh, and he gets at least, yeah, he gets one of the Vikings. A tiny bit experience, but if you look at the experience, it's so even with getting here and there Viking. I mean, it's not the craziest of XP you get. It's what is it, 0.25 of a hero kill, right? In experience?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I agree with it.
Which is something we still don't understand. Everybody's saying like, yo, we should get a third, but well, that's Blizzard. In Blizzard's world, 0.75 equals 100%.
That sounds like Blizzard. Something to note on the matchup in the mid lane, by the way. We see Tassadar struggling quite a lot in terms of health and mana, but the real sort of indicator of like how a lane is going is the amount of experience that you get. So if you actually look, Tassadar has pushed in to ETC, and he was out of ammo at one point. ETC was the towers just a few hits away.
Oh, look in mid, Soccer there. That was really low HP, but then again he made it behind the wall. Yeah, so we have both level 10. Continue your thought.
Yeah, so as I was saying, although it looks like Tassadar was struggling a lot, in my eyes he was actually winning that lane. Because like with this wave, the Valor can just easily take the tower. She actually used to rotate top though, so could there be? Nah, she hits it.
Nope, that's not really happening. But top, well, we have that shrine now for ESC, which means in the mid, Soccer versus Individuum, they have to go for a nice head-on-head. But I'm not really sure the ETC wins up against the Vala. Top is just really a fall from back. I don't see anyone dying here. Like we still miss a real first blood. I mean, so far it was really just a tiny Viking going down by the Chen, and that's pretty much it. Even the levels are going synchronously. Everything's red now, but of course they are guarding it. Savannah saying hello, Soccer is still guarding it, and yeah, Vala alone can't really take it. So the DK is still something we don't see, while the Cigar top, yeah, is claiming that back, and Jesus Christ, I just missed another Vikings kill. Like. But it's really, he's just feeding one Vikings every minute or so, and that's pretty much it. But now maybe we have to go on to Jaina. This is our real first blood. So Jaina is going down, and with that, well, the Archon is on. But look at the Rega, super aggressive. Totem is not there. There's a Maw actually stopping him from running back, but Tassadar, he makes it. But oh, there's a stage dive.
Oh.
Do they make the block? No, the block is not possible. He didn't get his cow butt between the wall and the Brightwing. So in the end, that didn't really work out. So
I'm just going to check out there. If the Brightwing had died there, that was entirely Tassadar's fault. Brightwing had blink kill and he had a charge up, so
yeah.
All the Tassadar needed to do was just stand behind the gate in range. But he kind of walked out, So when the Blightwing being killed, he ended up still the other side of the gate, and he almost died for it.
Well, he was like sandwiched between the wall, the well, and the tower. So then he went closer to the tower, and the blink heal ended still up on the wrong side. Either way, they try to reclaim this shrine top at the moment. It's unclaimed for either side, but for the HP, it's really low. Like, there's the ancestry healing. We were waiting for it, and finally they're gonna make it out. And well, Tacita is safe for now. The question is now, yeah, there's the blink heal, and oh. Damage over time. That was really close for the Tacita. In the end, they have to give up top. But look at bottom. Like, this Chen, he's so aggressive at the moment. Like, in theory, he could jump even that tower. Get it, just for XP, mashers. Yes, and there is it.
Get a
yes.
tower and a Viking.
Yep. That's value. But oh, in the mid, look at the Bala. But Bala, yeah, there's the blink heal. Easy going. That would have been a kill with Sylvanas coming in, but not fast enough. However, they leave the Chen against the Vikings here. But Chen is claiming more and more of this lane. He keeps the shrine, and everything else is really fine on his lane. But then again, top, we see the mirror effect. The triple, the tri-lane right now, the triple here pushing against the fort. And of course, backed up with Sylvanas, that's a bad idea. But oh, there's a Hex here on the Rigger, and he's pretty low, but no, Jaina is not really getting a grip on him.
Not quite landing enough those there. We do see the ETC being swapped down to the bot lane here. The Vikings just really can't handle anti-hero at this point. He's playing really well.
Yep. And also the camps they did here. The problem is if you let this camp, the Bruisers, run against the Sylvanas, they don't get far. They're just looking at Black Arrow effect, and that's pretty much it. But look at this Chen! This Chen, it's really amazing. By now, the keep is completely out of ammunition. Even Sokka is now brought in. Jaina, she will add like all the damage now. So this keep is going faster down than the keep top against the Sagara and the Sylvanas. This is something I never expected, but yes, it's happening at the moment.
Well, the thing is, it is just 1v1 down in the bot lane. So there is still 3 people to commit in the top lane against Well Met's 3.
And now top, they're gonna commit to this fort. They want to get it down, but there's still the shield. So the shield keeping it all good. But in the meantime, we have ESC claiming another Bruiser camp. So the balance at the moment shifting a tiny bit to them. Also looking at the experience, they are like a tad ahead. This is like 25%. It's a quarter of a level. It's not much. It can tip with just a hero kill. But at least top, the Bruiser camp finally arrived at the fort. So we have a mirror standing again with 1 fort down each side. But the Bruiser camps and the Chen, the lonely Chen, he hasn't been in any team action, team activity whatsoever. All he does is soak in ammunition of towers and doing his job. And the teams have given up on the shrines at the moment. But look at the Vikings bottom. Vikings bottom at the moment, they're just going for the shrine.
Anti-hero could be in trouble here.
It's a bit too much. I mean, he's not in trouble as in for his life, but well, now it's just the entire team, the cavalry coming.
Yeah,
top.
Well Met see the rest of the ESC rotating down. They don't decide to go for the pick on Chen.
And look at this, everybody's converging to the mid. There's no one actually of Well Met claiming one of the shrines, which means we have a forced fight here in the mid. There's the barrel, just pushing the Sagara away, but into the maw. But look at the entrance to healing, it's too late. Sagara is going down. This is bad news at the moment. Now they're gonna turn it around. There's still the Vikings doing a ton of damage, but standing and surrounded and all of the AoE damage. There is one Viking going down, maybe the more. Sokka also pretty low. There's a ton of shield and still coming up. The ancestry healing on him finally effective. It remains a 1.254 trade.
As we can see there just isn't enough CC to deal with Chen. Like, he really can just stand there and drink.
Oh, and we have the ETC now. They know they kind of fucked up here in the mid. The fight didn't go their way at all. So Sokka is just trying to soak something, keep the XP up, but they kind of have to accept this DK. However, the DK is just the first one, so it's not the strongest of all. It should be defendable, but the problem is at the moment barely any damage is going on that DK. Now they finally try to do something. Sokka is also coming in. He's trying to open here on that ETCs, but on the Brightwing, but he's getting kicked far, far away. And look at this Chen. He's into everything. There's another Viking going down. Oh, Jesus. The Chen is not even taking a scratch at the moment. Of course, everything is here also backed up by that DK, and the damage is real at the moment. They're gonna focus to keep. That's exactly what they want to do. The cigar spam still continuing, and we have to be careful. Like, the Jaina HP is pretty low, but there's just no way they jump on it at the moment. Oh, Soccer being really low here. And, well, they got what they wanted, and with the 9-second on the DK,
on the back
yeah, they can just go back. So what do you say? Like, we have now a level advantage for ESC. They claim the first DK, and this Chen is just so, it feels so much better than an ETC tank at the moment.
Yeah, there really is an issue. There's just not enough CC on the side of Well Met here, and he's just sort of wreaking havoc in the backline.
Yep, ESC is doing really a good job. Now they claim their bruises, some additional pressure here, but I mean, this game is not lost. We're 40 minutes in. It's a level difference, pretty much. The first DK, the second one comes in about a minute, I hope. But it's looking pretty interesting because I thought we have a lot of damage on Well Met's side, but looking at all the heals and the shields and the tankiness, like the secondary shield sort of Chen, we don't see it. And now, oh, they come in, they want to interrupt these, and there's the stage dive, hitting 2 targets here at the moment. Do they focus the Chen? There's the winning arrow, the silencing the Jaina and the Chen, but they want to continue on the Chen and sort of the Tasada. There's not really a focus here. Anti-hero, you gotta be careful, but in the end, none of them go down. It's really just about HP being claimed. But top, we have the bruises already working on a tower. That one is going down, maybe even the fort. So I think it's a bit a focus issue here. They claim the camp. Oh, Chen. No, he was not there in time.
Slightly too late there.
Yeah. That would have been interesting, like him jumping there on the circle and making it possible, but it didn't really happen. Now top, you have stage state of course still on cooldown, but Soccer, he has to defend, and right now they can't fight. But I really feel it's the focus issue. I mean, you bring a Chen down to 50% HP, you bring a Jaina down to 30% HP, and a Tasada down to 50% HP, but none of them die, so the focus was not really there. Oh, there's a blink heal on.
Yep, a bit of trouble here, but the double blink heal just gets down there.
Jeez, double blink is just too good, especially when there's a creep wave just come. But now the Chen is coming in. The Vikings, they have to be careful. Well, there is Storm Shield, I think. Nope, never mind that. They're still going down. There's a nice maw here, but while the maw is going on, there is the barrel. They're just pushing the Savannahs out at the moment. That's something they don't want to see, but in the end, they still go back. Soccer, super low at the moment, and there's an ancestry healing. It went on the Savannahs. It's not left for Soccer, so look at this Chen. He's following him up, and he might even be able to get him, while in the meantime, you see they're not losing anyone. Sagara is the last one to fall. I think that's it. Soccer survived against the Chen, but this is really bad news. They singled out Savannahs, and there was nothing left for Soccer, and Chen is just too good, too brawling at the moment.
Chen was not actually too effective that fight. They just completely ignored him, dived on the backline, but they didn't quite have enough damage to punish them. And they just ended up retreating from Valor and Jaina, which, as we saw, does not work very well.
Oh, but there's a go now. They finally turn it around. That was a bit of an overextension here. Nice silence there. Wailing arrow the first. And look at the stage dive. Well, Jaina can dodge it. An anti-hero. He's just too strong. And Rigger is completely out of money. He has to run away right now. And he's just crawling through it. It looked so good. They started with 1 kill on the Vala. But now, of course, I'm not really sure where this one is going. Look at this Chen. He's still aggressively going for it. And those Vikings, they're just not going for the damage. While all this is going on in the mid, there has been a DK. And he's marching top or bottom. I'm not really sure. But look at the Chen. He wants to go for that Rigger. He's out of steam at the moment. Just a little fill up. Yes. And he goes for the Rigger. So another 60 seconds out with the Rigger. And the DK.
Like going for core here.
Yeah, the DK going for the core. That's quite interesting. Well, in the meantime,
Jaina does go down to the Lost Vikings.
Yep. But this DK is kind of wasted, I think.
The DK is gone. They did get shields away, but they are down 2 players.
Yeah. I'm not really sure if that was worth it, because that DK could have gotten a keep. Instead, he just got some percentage of the core, and that's it. Oh, there's a maw catching out 1, but there's just no follow-up at the moment. Not even Sagara is spamming circlings or anything like that. There was just the hacks to prevent all of that by Brightwing, and they're gonna go back. So in the end, the standing didn't really change. We have Well Met going for level 20 in just a second. They're gonna get the bruises now that Well Met is retreating, and well, they only lost that 1 keep, even though I thought that second DK is gonna clear the base.
Yeah, that second DK was actually a travesty. For ESC there, because they lost their level 20 window to get some core damage, and they just lost all of their advantage. So this game is pretty much even now.
It is, especially, I mean, there are some ogres just going the way here bottom, but I think they're easy defendable, especially if Sylvanas is coming that way. At the moment she's busy with mid, obviously, but yeah, I think the advantage of ESC was really given away, especially the DK not using the time. But let's not be in the past, let's focus on the future, because no shrines up at the moment, and it looks like ESC, they want to go for a slow push style here, but Sylvanas is pumping in there, the siege units, everything is just black arrow, there's nothing, and there's the stage dive, hitting on 2, that's actually beautiful. Can they single out anti-hero at the moment? It doesn't really look like it. Vikings going in, but losing so much HP already. The Archon just doing too much damage at the moment. Well Met is just going back, outlasting those cooldowns, but in the meantime, the keep is just taking so much damage. This is really bad news. Soccer trying to do something, but the focus on anti-hero. Maybe it's now happening. No, he's just too strong. There's a Maul on 2, but nothing else is really losing HP. It's nothing, it's losing HP, but there's a waiting arrow. Beautiful timing, but Vala just survives on the skin of her teeth. There's the boat coming in, doing all the damage there, driving him out. Chen finally, for the first time this game, he actually dies, and now the chase. Let the chase begin. Oh, Vala trying to slow them, but look at this. The first line of defense here. Tier 1 defense is still there. Oh, they tried to single out, but there is another blink.
And that's the second blink of that fight, by the way. It's a really long fight there, but they do get the 1-0.
And now comes the turnaround. Like, they are still on decent HP. I mean, on all that way, they gained a lot of HP back. So Soccer trying to get in, try to get something, but he's dying. Look at that burst damage by the Jaina. He's just crumbling. There's just a stake on the ground where a proud cow was just a minute ago. So yeah, now the chase is going the other way around, but I don't even think they want to chase, because I think they want to claim another DK. So someone is already heading top, that is the Tassadar. Bottom they claim anyway, and they can take the Brosicam because it's just convenient around the corner. So after all this, the only achievement was really the Chen kill.
It was indeed the Chen kill. ETC is now down there, so it is a 5-on-4 for now. They do need to take a sign. Sylvanas is going for it, and all of ESC have backed to deal with the hard camp, so they will manage to deny the DK.
Oh, but this is actually good in timing what Shadowmar did here. But if Brightwing is claiming this shrine, then Tassadar could take the DK, but at the moment no. Sports Billy is trying it. Tassadar, Chen. Oh, Chen wants to go for the DK, but top, you have one of the Vikings claiming the shrine back. So that's the advantage you have of course, the Vikings. And we have ETC. He just respawned, which means a stage dive on anything could right now happen. All they have to do is force a fight. And this game is still far from over. 2 keeps down, sure. Actually, never mind. That keep is not even down. What am I talking about? That keep bottom. It survived on like super low HP.
It did.
I actually took it for that already, but sure. Sokka's trying to come in, but nice blink there by Mr. Brightwing, and they keep at least this shrine, but now everybody's converging. I think we have the next fight on our hands as anti-hero. He just comes in, and there's the barrel, but look at his HP. It's pretty big. Where's the Maw? Maw is not coming really out. The boat is doing quite some nice damage, but it's already over. Already got nuked down. The Archon. Look at the Archon damage at the moment, and Sokka is again the focus target, but however, we have the Ancestral healing it all up, and finally we have one Viking going down. But look at the HP of anti-hero. He's still going. All the ultimates, everything is on cooldown. It's so low HP. They're trying to run away, but it's just not working. There's the tank going down, and maybe they want more. If they don't want more, they just go for the keep.
A Viking is well in trouble. He does end up going down.
That was 2 birds with 1 stone. Oh, Shadowmar. I don't know what he's trying here, but oh my god, I think they spotted him out, and there's no way to go for him, so that's another kill. Sports Billy also feels kind of lost where he is at the moment, because yes, they go on a cigar here in the base. There's a blink forward, the level 20 talent coming out there, but this is core, and with 30 seconds on the ETC, nope, I don't think they can hold it. But at the moment, well, never say never. They're working on the core, 60%, and they're going in now. Rega, they really have to do everything. Cigar is really trying the best, but no. This core, even with the help of potentially catapults and siege augurs coming in, there's just no way. So ESC, they win the fight, and Well Met, I don't know, they look not as strong as the previous games.
Yeah, ESC played a really strong game, both rotationally and in terms of execution in the team fights. To be honest, it just looked like Well Met got outclassed. Really good performance from ESC there.
Yep, it looked really, really solid, I have to say. So, ESC going into the finals, and Well, let me just update the bracket. Because looking at the bracket, I think Dignitas won versus the Russian-Ukrainian team, with the crazy name, Anu Belalo Delana. So we have an all-German final, ESC versus Dignitas. So that's something. Either or. The Germans lose either way. It's always like that, right? Okay, without bashing the Germans, because I'm one myself. 5 minutes, guys. Some music, and then we are going in the final. Like, just one of the teams is qualifying, Dignitas or ESC. ESC, they showed a nice performance, even though I didn't quite understand the second decay on the core, because I thought the safer way was really going for the keeps, but it didn't really happen. They traded the keeps standing for, what was it, 76%, so yeah, 24% on the core. That was what they got pretty much with the decay. I guess they wanted more, but it didn't really happen. In the end, everything ended well anyway. So Dignitas versus ESC is next up, guys. 5 minutes.